We are joined for the first time by comedian Jonnie W. Jonnie. Are you a Jonathan, Johnny?
I am a Jonathan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What do you like being called?
I like Johnny.
Johnny?
Yeah. Is that okay?
No, I'm
of
just
course.
curious.
Mr. W, please. If you could. With the proper respect. No, I don't care. Whatever you want to call me is fine.
Were you always Johnny as a kid?
No, my mother hated that. Yeah. She passed away, and that's when I graduated to Johnny then. She was like, I didn't name you Johnny or John, you're Jonathan. So she was very stern.
Sounds like a lovely gal.
She was a lovely gal. I'm trying to besmirch. No, she was lovely. But yeah, she was very stern about the name. The name was very important. Maybe this is my way of rebelling. I think you've opened a whole Pandora's box of emotion.
Yeah, it is Mother's Day this weekend, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
for those of us that have living
Maybe
mothers.
I should do the show as Jonathan to honor her. I don't.
Okay.
Let's not.
That's fine.
Let's not.
Now, are you a married guy?
Married guy, 27 years.
Wow.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, look at that. In a row. We did it, gal. Yeah. Very good.
You know you can get out of it, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to stay.
Well, I don't want to.
long, right?
I'm in now. It's.
Okay.
Let's just stay.
All right. Talk to me in 5 years.
Yeah, 32, that's a tough year.
That's what they say.
The 32-year itch?
Yeah.
But I leave a lot, so that helps.
How many?
Oh, yeah, being on the road's got
On
to
the road a lot.
How many marriages in here? Who has the official
I think we have
count?
9,
Is
right?
it 9?
9, yeah.
Yeah.
9 among all
I
of
only
us?
had the one.
Pat's had 2.
You had
I had
3.
that too.
I got 3. Christy
I got
has
3.
3.
And
That's
then Ace and I
9.
have never been married. Yeah, we're too smart. To each other or to other people.
I thought you had 3, Pat.
2. Just 2.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So, Johnny, you travel a lot, so that helps with the marriage?
It's good. Well, and my snoring's out of control, so my wife's glad to get me out of the. Yeah. Does it, you guys snore?
I do, yeah.
It's not good. I woke up. My wife was in the next room. I woke up. I was like, "Are we the separate rooms people now?"
Yeah.
I thought we had a couple more years before we were going to be the East Wing, West Wing. She said, it's so loud. I said, do I have the sleep apnea? She goes, I don't know what that is. I said, do I stop breathing in the middle of the night? She said, no, I wish.
Talk to me in 3 years.
Johnny W., married man, children?
No kids, 2 dogs, rescues.
What name?
No, what names of the dogs?
Yes,
They're
sorry.
Toby and Daisy, mutts. People love saying when they rescue a dog. Don't you
Oh,
find
yeah,
that?
yeah, they're very
They want to
proud.
pat themselves on the... Here's the thing, though. I really feel like my dogs rescued me.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Because we were starving and they were delicious. Listen, COVID was hard. COVID was hard for everybody.
Yeah,
y'all.
tough time.
Let's get back to our guest. Johnny W. is here with us.
Yes, sir.
And we've learned a few things about you. You've been married for 27 years.
That's correct.
And you travel a lot.
Yeah,
Which
too
takes
much.
some of the stress out of your life
Yeah.
with respect to being married.
Well, it does, but then adds stress, because
Sure.
you got to rent a car and you got to do all the nonsense with that. There's a rental car shortage. If you travel for business, you know this, right? They're blaming COVID. I don't know if the cars have COVID. I don't know what's going on. There's no cars. And so I end up with a minivan all the time. But I like the minivan because it has the DVDs popping down, DVD screens. This thing had dual climate control, the one I had. Do you know what that is? Do y'all have that in your?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all are fancy over here. I didn't know. It worked out awesome. My wife's always freezing. She's pumping the heat. I got to pump the AC to counteract her. We made a funnel cloud.
Oh, boy.
My dog got struck by lightning. So pray for us. But
Yes.
yeah.
Now, you mentioned that you have gained a lot of weight, then lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Were you a chubby kid, or were you?
I was a chubby kid, and I had asthma. Y'all have anybody have asthma? You know?
No, thankfully, no.
It's great, actually, because it's like you get your doctor's note. It's like your get out of gym free card. That was my favorite thing about it. And that was perfect because I'd be like, I'll just have a seat. we're climbing the big rope. I don't think so. I will not be getting friction burns on my crotch. I'm going to have a seat, wheeze to myself. But then ninth grade, that was the high school PE teacher wasn't having. He was like, what is this? Asthma. And then he made me, his cure for asthma was that he made me run suicides. Do you guys know about that?
Yes,
A
yeah.
horrifying series of wind sprints. And I don't know who named that, but let me tell you something. If you make a little fat kid run back and forth until he dies, that is homicide. That is,
Yeah, I wonder if they're.
they will prosecute you.
I wonder if they're
I'm
still
pretty sure.
calling him that. I bet they.
I doubt it,
I
but
doubt it.
yeah.
Changed it probably.
They've modified a lot of things.
They have, yes.
But you've got your guitar out,
Yeah.
and I'm not familiar with your music. So can you just play something for us?
Yeah, sure. This
Give me
is
a test strum.
Oh, is this okay?
Oh, yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah.
This is a song I wrote about getting married young. I got married very young. I was 9. My wife was 6.
Oh, yeah, that's very young.
Tennessee is different. Yeah. She skipped a year of school so we could get married, and she never went back. And she can't do fractions. No, I was 21. My wife had just turned 19, and so there's an energy to being married young. You're like, we're gonna live on love. It's us against the world. It's super dumb. And so this is a song I dedicate to anybody that got married young. It's a song I wrote about living on love. Baby, we got all we need to survive. 'Cause we got each other and we're doing just fine. So take my hand and walk through the night. 'Cause we got enough to last the rest of our lives. As long as we die by Tuesday.
Very sweet. Very nice. Yes.
Dark ending on that.
Well,
I'm sure it'll be fun.
I like it though. It's great poetry when it doesn't need any more words.
Nope.
All the right words in the right place. You know what I'm talking about, Josh. Yeah, no superfluous anything.
oh no, yeah.
You set it up, you knock them down.
That's right. No fat.
That was very nice. Jonnie W is our guest, and he has brought his guitar along. Have you always been a guitar player?
Yeah, I started out in bands, and so yeah, when I started doing comedy, it just kind of felt natural to kind of have the guitar up there with me and do.
Can I ask?
Yeah,
real couple quick.
Sure.
I like to ask musicians.
Oh
this.
yeah, of course.
You mentioned you were in bands. Do you remember the names of them?
Yeah, it's weird. This is the late '90s, early 2000s. I was in a Christian rock band.
Yeah.
We were called, this is really corny, we were called Five Smooth Stones. Remember from the Story of David?
Yes.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Oh, story of David. Sure.
That's our
David
favorite.
and Goliath. It's a real David and Goliath story.
Now, our friend Donnie Baker, he was in a
I was just
Christian.
looking at
Christian
it over
rock
this morning.
band, sure.
It was called Mucus Plug.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No, I thought that was Turtles with a D.
Oh, that wasn't okay.
Yeah.
Well, Jesus is very forgiving. You see.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, then we changed our name because we found out there were a lot of Five Smooth Stones available. There were already, so we changed our name to 11th Hour. Then we found out there were like 12 11th Hours, which is odd. And then we changed our name to Amy Grant, but that was taken. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. It's very heartbreaking.
Let's see. We have a little. We could do another small
One more.
tune. Sure.
Yeah, I'll do a
What you
tune.
got?
This is a love song. My wife's always mad at me. I haven't written her a love song. So I started working on one this year. It's a country tune. And so this is a love song to my wife.
Oh.
They say that feelings fade away just like the morning dew. But honey, they don't understand the way I care for you. And even in our golden years, we'll never call it quits. When we're old and wearing diapers, wearing depends with benefits. That's all I have so far. That one,
I'm sure she was
thank
touched.
you. That one's called I Won't Let You Change Me. It's a brand new. Still working on it. All right.
Don't you go changing me.
That's a nice song. Thank you, Jonnie W. Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, let's see. This one's another country song. Here's what I love about country. It's like it's about your family. You're learning from the older generation. They're passing down wisdom in a country song. But my family was a little bit odd, and I didn't really have that kind of relationship. Like you go to the fishing hole with Papa, he teaches you a life lesson. But my grandparents were kind of kooky, creepy people. So this is as far as I've gotten on my family song. It goes like this. These days we're in a hurry. No one takes the time to listen. If we ever stopped and looked around, we'd see what we've been missing. Like Saturdays at Grandma's, the whole family gathered round. We loved to hear those stories as we sat there on the ground. She'd tell us about the good old days, and before she was through, she'd offer up some free advice, and most of it rang true. She said, try your best, hold your head up high, win or lose. And don't judge a man until you've walked a mile in his shoes. And you have to wear this tinfoil hat or the government will read your thoughts. It's when we realized that Nana might be crazy. I got to finish that. That was not all the way done either.
Johnny, you mentioned you've been married for quite some time.
Yes.
You've been on the road for quite some time. I didn't ask you, how did you start? Did you have a straight job before you entered the world of comedy?
I actually was, I worked at a church. I was a preacher. Can you
Oh,
believe
okay.
it?
No
yeah,
kidding.
So, yeah, I was a college pastor. So college kids up to no good. And then I transitioned into, and that's the thing. I was talking Pat backstage about that. Like when you start doing comedy, like, he's been doing it longer than me, but like you take jobs you shouldn't have taken. You always say yes. This is so great to be here, but I've said yes to things. I remember when I'd been doing comedy like 2 years and I did a homeschool convention.
Wow.
Yeah, 1,000 homeschoolers. And my agent told him I was homeschooled. That's how I got the show. Johnny was homeschooled his last, and that's true. I was homeschooled my last 2 years of high school.
Wow.
But I was like, I don't know if I relate to today's homeschooler. Like 1 out of 5 families homeschools. Now, when I did it was the 90s. It was like shut-ins and burn victims and my family. That was the community of homeschoolers then. But the lady was all excited. You're one of us. You got to write some homeschool jokes. These people love to be teased. And I was like, lady, I'm on it. And they do not love it. They don't. I ran out with my homes. It was all I could do. You want to hear the joke that upset him?
Sure.
Yeah, oh, sure.
I ran out and said, guys, what is the difference between 1,000 homeschoolers and my dogs? And they were like, what? I said, my dogs are vaccinated.
They didn't.
No, they'll bite you. These homeschoolers will bite you. They latch on.
They'll literally bite you.
Yeah. I had to burn him off like a tick.
Do you have another song you'd like to do for us?
Yeah, sure. Well, sometimes I like to do some I like some jokes that I have require musical accompaniment. I think it's a little bit better, a little more contemplative.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
So I'll do some of those. I want to host a game show where redneck contestants answer trivia questions for cash and prizes.
Oh.
And wrong answers cost them their hair. It's called Mull It Over. Tennessee's #1 for allergies. They're always #1 for allergies of all the 50 states. Here's how bad it is in Tennessee. We got people now in Tennessee buying meth to turn it back into Sudafed. Mom used to say a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. It was true of everything except suppositories. Call that joke sweet and low.
Too sweet.
Since you like that one, I'll do this one too. I think the slogan for Imodium AD should be, do yourself a solid. I thought it was pretty cool when my dad pulled my loose tooth using the old string around the doorknob method.
Oh, sure.
It was less cool when he took out my tonsils. So my dad was a conjoined twin.
Wow.
Oh. Yeah. That's not the joke.
No, I'm just laughing at Tom's. Wow.
Wow. That is very unusual.
Very Carson-esque. I loved it. Wow.
So your uncle, obviously you're pretty close
So
to
my dad was a conjoined twin.
Yeah.
So we used to refer to his brother as my uncle on my father's side.
Thank you. On that note, Jonnie W. Thank you, Johnny. That is great. I love that.